Back, you're with the Live Desk. Well, after 14 consecutive straight rises, the Bank of England's Monetary Committee has voted 5-4 to hold the base interest rate at 5.25%.
Yeah, but what does that mean to so many of Britain's mortgage holders?
Well, with us now is Sally Mitchell, mortgage advisor and broker. Sally, we've had a reaction from plenty of viewers and listeners. I mean, some of them are telling us that in just the space of a year or so, their mortgages have gone up by £600 or more. Does this news today provide a little respite for mortgage holders?
I think it does. I think psychologically, to have this pause, this slight halt in the seems never-ending hike in interest rates is going to give a lot of succor to people. It's true that many people have seen their rates increase phenomenally over the last few years. And of course, we've only just started to hit the tip of the iceberg, because in the next quarter, there are between 600,000 and 800,000 people coming off low fixed interest rates with their mortgages. And even though we haven't gone up this month, those people are still facing a 5.25 ramification of their rates. So, we're going to be feeling the pinch for quite a considerable amount of time.
So, Sally, Andrew Bailey, the Bank of England governor today, was saying that we will keep rates high enough and for long enough to get inflation down to 2%. They're still way off that, of course, 6.7 at the moment. But to those people who are looking to change mortgage products soon, what would your advice to them be? Are we going to see some decent deals coming to market? I've got friends who've been waiting to buy for ages. They're just too terrified of the rates.
I know it's a common complaint. People just don't know which end is up at the moment. The good news is that even before this announcement today, we have seen some reductions in fixed rates, which is great news. And actually, swap rates are continuing their downward trajectory, which means that the fixed rate market is more competitive, and that is another push bringing them down. And since the news this lunchtime, I've had 2 or 3 lenders contact me to say, great news, we're reducing our fixed rates, and actually one lender is reducing them by 0.3%, which is a really good slice. So your friends, yes, it's probably a good time to really start looking.
Right.
And do enough people know, in your experience, the fact that there is help in terms of making those repayments if they're in trouble?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well the mortgage charter has been publicised. It got a lot of press when it was announced. But I think the reality is that people are still sitting on their hands thinking it's not going to happen. I mean, the average person six weeks at least when they're in big trouble before they actually reach out for help. And once you get to that stage, it can be more tricky to come out of it. I would say to anybody, if you are in difficulty, please contact your lender if you have an existing mortgage, because they are there to help you. It's their duty under their regulation to help you. And there's lots of things that they can do with the mortgage charter, but also sometimes just someone to speak to say, we're on your side, do not worry.
Yeah, and Sally, what every market wants is stability. Now, it does look, we spoke to Liam Halligan earlier, it does look now as hopefully we'll see some kind of plateau for a few periods, and that's what the market needs, isn't it? Just a little bit of certainty, less choppy water.
Yeah, I totally agree. It would be lovely, if we can take this slight break and regroup, get our heads around the situation as well. Because as consumers, as people buying property, it's a terribly emotional time. And when you've got the added pressure of what a rate's going to do, can I afford it in, let alone now, in 6 months' time, in 2 years' time, what's going to be the situation? I think it gives people a little bit more confidence, and confidence in the market means that the market will be stronger, and it will just be better all round. I think everybody needs it. We need some good news.
We do.
Okay, Sally Mitchell, mortgage advisor and broker, thank you so much for talking to us here on the Live Desk.